No way. It just verified a CAPTCHA. Are you kidding me? It's over. It's over. These bots are taking over the internet. All right. So in this video, we're going to do something extremely cool. I'm going to show you how you can use Claude to do your work for you. Your boss will have no idea and you'll be able to get away with doing a ton of work using AI. Now, you can also use this to automate other people's work so you don't have to pay them to do your work if you're an entrepreneur or a business owner. But either way, this is going to save you a ton of time and money. Let's jump right in because this video is going to blow your mind. Okay, so I made a video on Claude computer use. It didn't get a ton of views, but it was a really big deal. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to actually use Claude for computer use. And then we're going to go through a real world example of me actually using it to do a job that I would pay a ton of money for someone else to do for me. So first, we're going to show you how to use Claude for computer use. I'm just going to give you the whole process. It's really, really simple. So what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to download something called Docker. So just Google Docker, go to docker.com, download Docker. So depending on what you have a MacBook, if you have a Windows computer, if you have a Linux, if you're nerdy like that, you use Linux, go ahead and download it, install it. Only takes a few minutes. So once you have it installed and running, so you have to have it installed and running, you're then going to set up what's known as a container. Now, in order to do this, all you have to do is, I'm going to put a link to this in the description also, is you're going to go to the GitHub for Anthropic. So Anthropic, the people that own Claude, they created this demo to use computer use, right? Which I'm going to show you right now. So basically you come over to the GitHub, they're going to show you right here in Anthropic API. This is the one you want to use. You're going to want to copy this and you're going to run it in your console. So I use something called PowerShell to run this. So I'm using Windows PowerShell. You could use the command line. Now, when I took this and I copied this, by the way, you're going to need an API key from Anthropic. So basically you just go to Anthropic console. So I'm just going to go there real quick, show you what that looks like. But basically you come here, you set up an account with Anthropic. You're going to have to pay for an API key. I think they give you some credits for free, but you will have to pay for an API key. So you can see I've created a bunch here in this account. So basically set up your API key and then come back to GitHub here and we're going to copy this and you're going to enter your API key. Now, this did not work for me. So I had to actually go to ChatGPT and basically tell ChatGPT, hey, this didn't work for me. I'll show you exactly what I did. So I went to ChatGPT and I said, hey, I put this in the command line and it wasn't working. So it basically said, and I told them I was in Windows. So it basically said, hey, you're doing this wrong. And it gave me an adjusted command line prompt. I actually used this one for PowerShell here and this worked perfectly. And so once I did that, I ran that right here, installed this computer use demo in the Docker. So I just literally copied, pasted it. And then it told me it's running here on localhost 8080. So then I opened up localhost 8080 and boom, here we go. We're using Docker. So that was it. I mean, it was super fast, super easy to use, and it installed and did this for me. Now, I'm using this to do something very important for my business. So what I'm doing right now, I have this huge list of websites and emails here. And basically we're doing like a cold email campaign. We're going to be emailing a bunch of people that use a certain software. Basically, I was going to pay somebody a lot of money to basically sort through a list of thousands of domains here and emails. And then we're going to go one by one, click the domain. So basically the process is going to be copy this, paste it here, then use this built with extension, open it up, and then see if it's running this software. So it'd come down to the e-commerce tab and see if it's running this software. If it's running the software, we come back to our list here. We write yes. If it's not running the software, we write no. A very tedious, simple task that anybody can do, but it takes a lot of time, right? So I was going to pay someone to do that for me. Now, that person I was going to pay was going to have to be human and it was going to have to take a lot of money. So this new Claude computer use can do this for me. So I'm going to show you how I did this. So it's already running here. And basically all I did is I came up. So basically you start it up. So there's two things you can do. You can toggle screen control on and off. So right now it's off. So I'm just going to click on. And then once it's on, I can come in here and I can actually edit what's going on the screen here. And you can see it's already pre-built with a spreadsheet, with a terminal, with Firefox, with like a Paint, like Microsoft Paint, and a PDF viewer, as well as a code editor and a calculator. Okay, so it's sort of built to do a bunch of tasks for you that you're going to need here in terms of like terminals and Excel sheets and all that kind of cool stuff, right? So basically, I first tested out. I said, hey, go to Google, right? And it went to Google and it said, hey, look, we're at Google, right? And it just followed this process. Then I said, search for the built with extension and install the extension for Firefox. It went, it searched for the extension, it did a Google search, it found the extension built with for Firefox extension, it went to the page and it installed the extension. You can can see it clicked it, it added it to Firefox, and it installed the extension. Great. So it's added, right? So once it was added, you can see it was successfully installed. Amazing, right? So then I went ahead, instead of having the AI did this, I just toggled the screen control on. I went to this public doc that I have here. I put it in the browser. I went here, and then I gave it this command. I said, in the open spreadsheet, navigate to the domain column starting on row 12. So we're starting on row 12. Copy the domain, open it in a new tab, then click on the built with extension that is pinned to the taskbar. Check under the e-commerce category to see if Magento 2 is listed. If it is, then go back to the sheet, and in column B for that domain, write yes. If it's not, then write no. So basically do this task for me, right? Go to these websites, check the built with extension, and see if it's this software, right? If it's Magento 2, so that I can write yes or no, fill out this huge sheet, and then email these people, right? So it says, I understand you need me to look at the domains, open each domain in a new tab, use the built with extension to check for Magento 2 under e-commerce, write yes or no in the column B based on whether it's Magento 2 or found, skip duplicate domains, continue this for all columns. So it figured out exactly what I wanted it to do. And it literally started doing that. It went there, copied that domain, went to the website, looked up the website. It first went to the wrong extension. So it clicked on this pocket extension. So I had to tell it, hey, you're in the wrong extension, find the built with extension. It then found the built with extension and put this here. Now it actually got it wrong the first time. So it put no for some reason. So I had to correct it and say, hey, you put no for some reason, put yes. I said, why did you write no when it's actually yes? And it said, you're right, Magento 2 was listed. I should have written yes, right? So then it started to fix that and moved on to the next one. Now here's what really blew my mind. When it went to the next site, it actually had a CAPTCHA. So you can see here it had a full CAPTCHA to verify if you are human. Now these CAPTCHAs are actually pretty advanced. They actually map mouse movement so they can see if it's a natural mouse movement or not. And you know, there's a ton of different ones. We've seen the puzzles and all that kind of stuff. And so they actually don't just work by you clicking that puzzle or you clicking this box. They actually map your mouse movement to see if it matches what a human would do. And it actually did that, and it clicked the CAPTCHA and it worked. It verified that it was human, verification successful, and it went to the website. So it went to the website and immediately started working. Now I hit a rate limit. So this is going to happen to you if you start using this a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and update this with a new key. I've just been using Anthropic all day. So that's why I hit this rate limit. So I'm going to put a new key in here and I'm going to keep this going, and I'm going to come right back and show you how this works as it continues to work. By the way, if you're into this kind of stuff and you want to use AI to save you time, to save you money, to make you money, definitely subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be doing a ton more videos like this. If you like this content, definitely like the video. It really helps me out, and I'd love to hear what you have to say. So please drop a comment below. All right, so if you're hitting this rate limit error issue, what's happening is, like in this case, what it's saying is that it's hitting this rate limit of 40,000 tokens per minute. So I'm gonna have it space this out, and I'm gonna say wait 10 seconds, wait 30 seconds before proceeding to the next step. That way it doesn't overuse the tokens per minute, and that should hopefully clear this up. So yeah, you can see what it's doing here. It's actually following my instructions. It opened up the browser. It went to this website, it opened up the built with extension, and it's already scrolled down to the e-commerce and it's found Magento 2. So it's doing its job. Let's see if it works this time. It is taking 30 seconds between each step now, so it's going to take a little time. All right, so we can see that it worked. It put yes, and that was the right answer. So very, very cool. Let's watch it do that again. So here we're going to see that it's going to pass this CAPTCHA test. All right, so it completed the CAPTCHA for us. It verified that it's human. All right, so it's verified that it's human. We're hitting our rate limit again. Please wait 30 seconds. Proceed to the next step. This rate limit is annoying. I'm going to prompt it better so that it doesn't hit these rate limits. I'm going to actually say to wait 1 minute. 1 minute between each step and proceed to the next step. All right, and so it finally worked and it gave us a no here. The few issues I'm running into, number one, the rate limit issue. So Claude will rate limit you depending on how many requests you run and how often you run the requests, and this computer use will run requests really, really quickly, so you're gonna hit rate limits. So when you give it instructions, you have to tell it, wait 30 seconds, wait 1 minute before you do the next step, just so that it doesn't hit that rate limit. So that's pretty important. And the next thing is, obviously it can't do unlimited amounts of work without hitting rate limits, so it's going to hit a rate limit every 24 hours or every token limit. So what you can do is you can cycle out keys. So if you have a bunch of keys with a bunch of different accounts, you can cycle those out. Or what you can do is you can actually just contact support and get a higher level key, which I will end up doing at some point because I need this for my work and for a ton of other stuff I do. So I'm going to end up just contacting support and getting that higher level key to avoid these rate limit issues. But that's it. That's the video for today. Extremely powerful stuff here. Basically, you can use this AI to do your job, to do somebody else's job. Very cool stuff. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more stuff like this, and please comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say.